Seconds out.
One of our best domestic fighters returns to the fold, Kevin Mitchell, who's been inactive since June last year, out with hand troubles and problems, thankfully back now, and in with Lanquaye Wilson from Ghana in Africa, who's won 12 of 15. He's coming at fairly short notice, bit of a mystery man, and Mitchell will need to shed the rust quickly. He's classy, isn't he, Mitchell?
Yep, he is classy. Been out a little while, but he's young, and it wouldn't have done him any harm. But he needs to get in this, not take any silly shots, which he just has early on there.
Still just 24, Mitchell, so plenty of time, and he's notched up 27 straight wins. Feeling that the Dagenham puncher may just go all the way in the sport. Certainly one of our brightest hopes, no question about that.
But you just want to see him warm into this, not to be in too much of a rush. Just have a look at Wilson, take his time.
He told me he's absolutely itching to get back in the ring. He's been at plenty of shows around the country, frustrated that he's not the one in the squared circle. Swinging wildly, Wilson, trying to use the unusual angles to confuse Mitchell, rough him up, welcome him back into professional boxing.
Yeah, he didn't want too much of a rough welcome, though. And he looks a little bit of a handful, Wilson, unorthodox. So just has to be careful, get the jab working, just relax a little bit, get his timing right.
Attempting the body shots. Had a hero's welcome here tonight at the York or Bethnal Green. Popular fighter in these parts.
Right.
That's better behind the jab from Mitchell. Honed to perfection in the amateurs. Short uppercut. Starting to free the hands and flow.
Yeah, just relaxing, letting his punches go, and that's what he needs to do, showing a little bit of class in his combination punching there, Mitchell.
Centre of the ring and pumping that jab out. The languid style of Wilson. Cagey, unorthodox. Mitchell's back. Here's the second round. The blue and gold of Kevin Mitchell. But in the other corner, Lanquaye Wilson has got Vaseline, it appears, all over his face. And that hasn't been wiped off.
Yeah, a little bit of overdoing it there in the corner. There's a mass of Vaseline in his face.
Why on earth did they smother him like that?
Well, the referee was never going to let that go.
Back to the action in the lightweight division, 9 stone 9, although Kevin Mitchell very much a super featherweight. Went in at 9-7, the British champion, who hopes for a shot at the world king, Romain Martinez. Martinez, who beat Mitchell's stablemate Nicky Cook. We hear talks are ongoing, and Mitchell will hope to land that. Must deal with Lanquaye Wilson first.
Yeah, Wilson is a bit wild at times, and Mitchell's got to be careful of that. Needs to get his boxing going, get the jab, then find the timing, which will come.
Yeah, back into a rhythm Kevin Mitchell will need. He's had great sparring with the likes of Nicky Cook and Colin Lynes, Michael Lomax. A buzzing camp. I'm sure he'll get one or two tips from Nicky Cook about Martinez if he is to fight for the world title. push him off, don't hold on. Just tidying things up here. Dave Paris. Body shot went in from Mitchell. That might just slow the African down, Glenn, some of those.
Yeah, they will. But I think the speed's the key for Mitchell. He's much the quicker of hand. And he's just got to, you know, let Wilson commit himself and then try and counter quickly. Don't force the action too much at this stage.
The wide stance of Wilson, 25-year-old, calls himself the Claw. Apparently was turned down as Michael Brody's comeback opponent for this weekend. On a small show up north because they didn't know anything about him. Well, if they didn't, then surely Team Mitchell didn't really either.
It's a decent left hand. The legs just leadened a little bit of Wilson. And again, seems slightly unsteady when those punches land. And they're good punches from Mitchell.
And it's good to see him throwing his left hand with force. He underwent surgery on the tendons of that. And he says he's hitting harder than ever in the gym. Maturing now, the 24-year-old from Dagenham.
Yeah, he's got a good repertoire, Mitchell. I certainly like him as a fighter. Not wasting much and now turning on the skill.
Yeah, speedy punches to the head to close the second. Well, I wonder if they'll reapply the Vaseline in that corner.
They're showing some of the variety. Nice combination, mixing up body and head. Times we saw some of the best of Kevin Mitchell. Times his timing just off a little bit, but other times the punches landed well.
There goes the Vaseline. Obviously to stop cuts. But touched too much. At the beginning of that last session, Ishmael Quay in there with Wilson. 28th outing for Kevin Mitchell. Calls himself mighty. He's an undefeated Commonwealth super featherweight champion and British 9-stone 4 king as well. And really beginning to up the pace and put some of these combinations together with authority now and accuracy. Mitchell, good right hand and a left hook. He's had his couple of rounds to warm up and now he's getting down to work. Although Wilson just comes back with a right hand.
Yeah, Wilson's a little bit wild and I said Mitchell has to watch for that. So Mitchell, precision punching when he's at his best.
Yeah, left hook and then the following jab from Kevin Mitchell. He's gripping his feet into the canvas, planting his soles of his boots and looking for the power punches. He wants to slow his opponent down and possibly get him out of there as well. His left hook's working well. And Wilson open. He's been beaten 3 times before and he is just beginning to look ragged.
Well, beautiful left hand really rocked the head back and the sweat went everywhere from the head of Wilson.
Good jab. Technically, he's sound, isn't he, Mitchell?
Yeah, very much so. Good fighter, and I think, you know, he could go all the way. Doesn't waste anything. That's what I like about him.
He was a bit flash and fiery when he first came on the scene, Kevin Mitchell. Didn't quite say the right things in interviews, but he's a nice guy. And he really, really wants to be a success in this game. He's matured over the years. And he may just be coming into his own. Good use of the left hand and the right. And Dave Paris steps in. Quality punch picking from Kevin Mitchell, who gets his 21st stoppage. 28 straight victories, and that is how to come back.